Hey guys, how are you doing? Today me and Beans are sitting on the floor and we're sitting here with our fan. Why are we on the floor? Well, this is a floor fan and we decided we were going to review it. Beans is more here for the licking part of the review, but I'll be here for the explaining part of the review. What did you say? What was that? You want them to do what? To hit the like button? That's a lot to ask, Beans. I don't know. You're becoming quite the YouTuber. Today we're going to be reviewing the Vornado Strata fan. This is Vornado's new line of fans, right? There are quite a few kind of futuristic looking fans that they're releasing, and I think it's within the past 3 months they started doing this. Now I'm not sure if Vornado is turning away from their traditional circular fan design, but this is the new iteration of the Vornado fan. If you've known Vornado or owned a Vornado fan in the past, you know that they're generally a very circular design fan with the kind of the vortex tunnel on the back of the fan that makes the air kind of flow in more like a spiral, like a rifle versus like a shotgun of like a regular fan. But this Vornado fan, the Strata fan, is a lot different. It's a very unique looking fan. In fact, I'd say you probably won't find any other fan that would look quite like this fan. Luckily, I have some friends with a very modern looking loft that let me use it, and they modeled in the videos for me. So thank you, Antoine and Martin, for that. Now the price of this fan is around $129. For a fan, that's generally one of the higher amounts you would pay for a fan. You can get up in the Dyson range and you're paying $300 to $400 for a fan, but for just a regular consumer non-designer fan like a Vornado, $129 is kind of a lot for a fan, but it's not crazy by any means. Also, Vornado backs their products with a really good warranty. Let me look here at the actual. Yeah, Vornado has a 5-year full warranty. Which is really cool. You're not going to get that with your Honeywell tower fan or your Lasco box fan that you buy at Walmart for $25. These are built to a higher standard and they use a lot better internal components, so they do demand a higher price. When I'm talking about the looks of this fan, I mean, it is a very striking look to it. It has this really narrow opening mouth that is a vertical slat. This thing is, I've actually got compliments on this fan, just a fan. People are like, wow, that's a cool fan. People that come over to my house, they're like, wow, that's a cool fan. You generally don't get a compliment on a fan in your house, but this does draw compliments because it's a very unique and a very modern looking fan. Now, one concern you may have is, let's say you have a small child and they're generally, when they're crawling around or walking around, they're on a lower plane of existence than we are as far as height-wise. What you want to be concerned about, what you're going to be concerned about is this kid's going to stick their fingers in here and they're going to get it caught in the fan blade. I promise you that's not going to happen. This is as far as I can get my fingers in, and there's a grill stopping it. So there's no way that you're gonna get in, a toddler's gonna get their hand in there and touch the fan blade. So go ahead and get that dangerous thought right out of your head. This is a very safe fan. It's also on right now, and I bet you can't hear it. Now that is because this fan has a DC brushless motor, which number one makes it a lot quieter of a fan, and it also makes the power efficiency a lot better. So whereas a regular fan would draw a lot of amperage, this is gonna draw a lot less power. So let's turn it down all the way. That's on its lowest setting, and I'm going to gradually increase it. That's about medium. You can probably hear it, but I bet you can hear me talking over it, right? That's medium high probably. That's high. That's as high as it goes, right? Now that's a pretty powerful blast. We got a Camaro brochure from the 80s. So if you can see, this thing is really blowing. Now I'm controlling it all with this handy dandy remote, which is actually identical to the layout on top of the fan. Everything's very sleek on this fan. You can see the top layout of the buttons here and the remote. They're nearly identical here, which is cool. I like the uniformity of that. It also has a swivel function, of course, and I'll turn that on and you can see it swivel. It doesn't have a varying speed of swivel, but it does swivel. And so right now it's swiveling. It's going to come and hit me in the face. And at this speed, this is putting out a pretty decent amount of air, but you can't hear it because it's really, really quiet. Now, and I can barely hear it, and I'm laying right next to it. My ear is right here. Now, reading the literature of the Vornado fan, it makes a little more sense with the quietness. It says it registers below 32 decibels on low setting, and then on the highest setting, it's only 53 decibels, which is the sound of a normal human conversation. Not quite as loud as an outdoor puppy conversation, but it's as loud as a human conversation, right, Beans? You could definitely outbark this thing, couldn't you? Now, another cool thing you might not know about Vornado fans is that they are specifically designed to do a certain thing. And most fans, when you set up a fan, they're just designed to kind of blow air at you, where Vornado fans are what is called an air circulator. I brought over one of my older Vornado fans here so you can take a look at this thing. Now, this is an old Vornado fan. You can see Vornado fan. These are built in like the 60s and 70s, built like tanks. Now these have what's called, it's like, I forget, it's like a turbine or something back here, this big air intake directionalizing thing basically, and it's based off of like a airplane turbine or motor, and it draws the air in a way that it like spirals the air like a bullet instead of like a shotgun blast, right? And so it's a very directional air blast. And so ideally with these old ones, you would point it up at the ceiling and it would like circulate the air all around the room, or you would point it in like a corner and it would circulate the air all around. So you would like angle it up to where it was like pointed at the corner or up like that at the ceiling. In essence, almost all Vornado fans are air circulators, including this one, which is more of the theory behind this one's a little bit different, where it's blowing along the ground and just scooting the cold air up instead of shooting like a narrow beam at a corner or a ceiling and creating like a mushroom effect to circulate the air all around. And it's really actually quite effective. Right now in the heat wave that's going on, you can set your HVAC to your home air conditioning to a certain degree, but if it's 120 degrees out or 110 degrees out, your HVAC is most likely not going to get you down to 72 or whatever degrees. So if I set my HVAC at 72 degrees, ideally I can get 78 on a good day, right? But when you have these fans, I have these fans in my main living room / kitchen. It's an open design kind of house. I'll have one of these pointed up at the ceiling, and then I have this one also running concurrently, and it's like blowing the air from the bottom up, right? And you can tell a big difference when you walk into this room. It's not a huge, like it's not gonna get you 10 degrees, but if you want 3 or 4 degrees, I bet you, depending on your room, it could get that. And Beans, do you think it does that as well? Yeah. Vornado fans are really cool. They have that specific purpose and they're built for that specific purpose, and they're built well, which is why you get that 5-year warranty when you buy one of these things. I'm gonna link this fan down below. It's definitely a fan you should pick up if you want something that's gonna circulate air around your room. This is something you should definitely get, especially if you want like a more modern kind of look and not your traditional regular fan. If you want something kind of cool and unique, this is it. It is $120, $130, something like that, but for a fan that has a warranty of 5 years, meaning this thing is probably at least gonna last you 5 years, that's $24 a year to run one of these fans. And if you get 10 years out of it, that's $12 a year. I'd say that's worth it. Any questions you have, throw them in the comment section down below. I'll get back to you. Again, this will be linked down below in the description, and I'll pin it as the top comment so you can check it out as well. The links are going to be affiliate links. They cost you the same either way, whether you click the link or if you just type in the search bar Vornado Strata fan. You can do either one, but if you appreciate the content and you like what I did for you, provided value for you, you could use that link and get a little kickback to me. It's like 2% or something of the sale, so not a lot of money, but it's something, you know, adds up over time. That might be the only way we can buy Beans dog food, isn't that right, Beans? And you love dog food, right? You love doggy food with chicken breast in it? Yeah, you do. You gotta say bye to everybody. Say bye. Later, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.